Good day, interviewers. Vacancy of the biochemical engineer is attracting my attention. I'm really very excited about this job. I feel I'm very suitable for this job because I'm graduated in UTM with pointer 3.94 and I study in the degree of bioprocess chemical engineering. In UTM, you can see a lot of the international students. They come here to study for the engineering course. Why did they come here? Because UTM ranked the 5th best university in Malaysia and it really very popular with the engineering course. So now, I will explain what is biochemical engineer. I will explain the job scope about biochemical engineer. Biochemical engineer is someone that need to develop the new chemical products that can use for the multitude of companies and individuals. Furthermore, biochemical engineer, they also translate the existing discoveries in life into processes and materials that can make a contribute to human health and well-being. Before I came to this interview, I have taken the Holland personality test. Holland personality test, I think it is very important before you pick a career because it a guide for you for your career interest. So let me explain about the Holland personality test. Holland personality test have 6 characteristics that are artistic, realistic, social, investigative, entrepreneurial, and conventional. The results that I obtained from the Holland personality test are conventional, investigative, and entrepreneurial. Sorry to say that I did not have any experience in this field, but I believe I can handle this job well because I have many strengths. The strengths that I mentioned is I quite fast adapt to the environment and I am very determined, initiative, efficient, and I have good communication in multicultural society. In past, I worked as the Huawei retail assistant for 8 months and I achieved the best retail assistant in 8 months. Now I will tell you about a story. Before I go to that shop, the shop is quite worse in their result because they only sell 50 phones per month. But when I go there, I sell 100 phones per month, per person. Per person, I sell 100 phones per month. How did I do it? I using my ability to deal with everyone and good communication skill. How to say ability to deal with everyone? Ability to deal with everyone is ability to deal with customer and ability to deal with workers, ability to deal with the boss. How did I deal with the customer? A customer, they ask something from you, you must fulfill their needs and you must answer their questions. You must provide a good service. You must ability to deal with them. So ability to deal with worker is you know their story and you make a good environment with them. You did not quarrel with them, you did not crash with them because this is very important because I think a work you must good work with others because if you crash on them, they will sure dislike you. So I don't want this environment to happen. So I think ability to deal with everyone, ability to deal with boss, ability to deal with friends, co-workers, workers, all you must have a good communication skill. So the results from the Holland personality test that I obtained, I can tell you the example. Example of the investigative. So example of investigative is if I want to become a biochemical engineer, I need to conduct studies on proteins, virus, bacteria. I need to study the optimal condition for them to grow and I need to study the inhibitor that can stop or kill them. So this is the example of the investigative. For the example of the conventional, is when your ex-worker is leave, they will leave data for you. You need to use the data to make a possible future model and you need to follow the SOP, rules and regulations. So all of this is the example of the conventional. For the personality of the entrepreneur, I think it is not so much matched with my career interest because my career interest is biochemical engineer, right? But entrepreneur is more investment. But I think biochemical engineer is not so much related to investment, but I did not deny this personality because since Form 3, I already worked as the waiter at the restaurant and I already got work at the promoter at the super. This personality is I start from Form 5. When Form 3, the money I only save inside the bank. So after the bank is quite have some money, I start invest since Form 5. I start invest in the capital investment like investment capital funds such as PMO, Public Mutual Online. It is a quite stable fund because it will take a good return. So I think this personality is very useful for my job also because it is like a sub interest for me. So I think this personality is also very good for me. Other than that, in university, I have participated in various activities such as FIE or Bios BBQ night. In FIE, I have become the leader of the unit of the technical. From this program, I can learn how to deal with everyone, and I have learned how to lead a multicultural team to make a good work. It is quite difficult to lead a multicultural team to make a good work, but after you communicate with them and you deal with them, it is quite smooth work with them and quite enjoy. So I have in this program I have learned how to communicate with them and ability to lead a multicultural team to do a good work. So I also have the capability of solving a task within a short limit. Like if you're giving me a task, I can solving it with a time limit. Like if you say 1 month, I can solve it within 3 months. I can solve it within 3 weeks. So I think this is my capability. I feel my skill set and my personalities is very perfect fit for your company as a biochemical engineer. And I can contribute to your company, like I can work under high pressure or I can work under time limitations. So I think I'm very perfect fit for this job fit. So I believe a phrase that is when a person ceases to make a contributions, he or she is begins to die. So I think it is very important for a worker to contribute to their work to company because the company give you your pay, you must give them your contributions. It is very important because this is the two-way win-win relationship. If you contribute a lot to your company, they will give you high pay. So I think it's very important. So I think I'm very suitable for this job, biochemical engineer, for your company. Thank you.